Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Good job, United States. Good job. Why? Because you are just doing what I know you're doing, and that is the little mountain slope model that I explained on numerous occasions, which is they start little by little with weapons deliveries, and then they end up with everything that they wanted from the very beginning. But everything meaning no nuclear weapons. So this is the pattern they always use. They start talking about an issue. Like, what do you think? Should Ukraine need, I don't know, this kind of weapons? And they say, no, 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 out of the question. No, no, no. That's the first one. The next one, well, maybe those will help you, don't you think? Nah, I don't know. So the first is out of the question, no conversation. Let the time go for a few weeks, depending on the situation, or days, and then I come with the next one. Do you think that could help Ukraine if we send those weapons? Yeah, maybe. Okay. The conversation is already there. And then they leave it a little bit longer. They say, hey, maybe we should talk about that. What do you think? We're not certain, but maybe we will. And then they wait a little bit longer. And then, well, maybe we should have some meetings because that could really help them. We're undecided yet. So they're almost there. And the next one is we decided to send those weapons to Ukraine. Boom. That's the mountain slope model I operate based on my knowledge and observation and patterns that I observed on these weasels. Not very settled, but you have to, subtle I'm talking, you have to just pay attention and memorize. This article comes from Reuters, and the Americans are doing exactly what I said they will do in the end. There's three things that the United States did not provide Ukraine with yet, and that is airplanes or NATO, whatever. Airplanes not provided, tanks they are provided, long-range missiles. So let's get the tanks, let's get the tanks back. So it's the airplanes, long-range missile systems that could hit deeper in Russia, and one more thing, troops. I think there are troops over there, a little bit them back, not in the front row, watching the movie, the first guys, no. So it's weapons, long-range, airplane that is gonna come, and then troops that I think they're over there, but not officially. So listen to what America will give Ukraine. They're talking about it. They're almost at the announcement stage where they say, we decided to send it. They're right there. This article comes from Reuters, November 28th, 2022. Exclusive. Ooh. US waits sending 100-mile strike weapon to Ukraine. So they increased this. I think they already sent it, but anyway, now they just let us know that we're about to send them. So they're weighing, like, yeah, I think should we not? They're not at the level of it's out of the question, or what do you think, man? No, man, I don't think so. Could they benefit? Yeah, no. In general terms, no. Right now it's pinpointed. It's about yay or nay. That's what they supposedly are. I think they're already at yay. They've been at yay since February 20. They were for a long time ago. Prior to that, I think. So the Pentagon is considering a Boeing proposal to support Ukraine with cheap, small precision bombs fitted onto abundant available rockets, allowing Kiev to strike far behind Russian lines as the West suggests to meet demand for more arms. They will start with, again, little weapons that will hit 100 miles or up to, and then we'll increase it to 150 and then 300. The same mountain slope works all the time. Why? Is they have to get the idiots ready, our fellow members of the society, ready to accept the bullshit, because you can't scare them like that. They're scaredy cats. They're fucking cowards. So you have to go little by little. Hey, we're gonna do this. Okay. Hey, wait, we're gonna do this. Okay. So that's what they do. And it works all the time. Why? Because you deal with the same bullshit, with the same strata of the population that I'm talking about. Below 86, but they vote your vote. They nullify your vote. I always get to democracy shit because it's Anyway, mass democracy with every fucking biped being allowed to go and vote without knowing shit, and voting perks taking from those guys, giving to themselves. I don't like that. I don't like that. And you get elected if you promise the rabble to give them bread and circus, like the Romans in the later stage of their empire collapsing. Anyway, US and allied military inventories are shrinking. And Ukraine faces an increased need for more sophisticated weapons as the war drags on. Boeing's proposed system, dubbed Ground-Launched Small Diameter Bomb, and I'm going to use the acronym GLSDB, like dumb, DB, is one of about a half dozen plans for getting new ammunition into production for Ukraine and America's Eastern European allies, industry sources said. Although the United States has rebuffed requests for the 185-mile, that's 297-kilometer range ATA-CMS missile, I think they're over there, the GLSDB's 94-mile, 150-kilometer range would allow Ukraine to hit valuable military targets and have been out of reach and help it continue pressing its counterattacks by disturbing Russian rear areas. So GLSDB could be delivered as early as spring 2023, according to a document reviewed by Reuters and 3 people familiar with the plan. So they already planned it. It could be delivered then, we're going to do it. It's already written on the paper. It's there. It's just do it now. That's where the decision, not the decision, the order. Decision was made a long time ago. The order, go. And here further they tell us how fantastic they are and how many problems the Russians created, and all that. They also include the Saab. Saab wants to do something, but they will not risk angering the Russians. They let the Americans do it on this way. But as I knew, they will receive it. 94 miles, 100 miles. They will receive more and more and more. Even if I think they already have it. But if the Russians say, hey, they did this, the mass media here will say nothing. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, remember, tanks are on their way going over there from Slovenia, 80. The Ukrainians want the Leopard tanks. They will get them. I'm guessing this is going to be the move on the aircraft. It's going to be another little weasel country, the little hyena, that's going to provide Ukraine with some MiG-29 or something that's old, and that would just break the ice on the foot in the doorway, and then boom, they would everybody, see, they already sent those tanks. Let's send them a Leopard. Oh, you see, they get those tanks, those airplanes. Let's send them. I don't think they will give Ukrainians F-15 or F-16. I think if that would be sent over there, will be operated by American pilots or by other kind of pilots, but not by Ukrainians. I don't think they will give them those weapons to these guys. Why? Because it's so hard to give the Turks F-16s. Do you think they're going to just give the Ukrainians? At least with the Turks, they have a kind of, signed agreements and memberships and bullshit. With Ukraine, I understand that they have Ukraine under their thumb, right? Anyway, big thumb. So they have them over there, more than they have Turkey, but I don't think they will give them F-16s. I don't know, they will find other ways to have other weasels give them something, just to be there. Because as I said, this is a controlled war. It's not all total war. If it would be total war, would have been gone, finished for, 9 months already, if you know what I mean. And we would have been waiting in line to meet Jesus or whomever, Allah, for the final judgment. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.